Okay, call the meeting to order. The agenda. Everybody looks through the agenda. Is there any additions, deletions, and go right ahead, Keith.
All right.
I have a addition.
Okay.
I would like to talk about a possible bursary set up for vet techs going to school.
Okay. We'll add that to, we'll call that 5.5. Okay. The minutes from the last meeting. Oh, no, sorry. The agenda as amended. All in favor? And Josh is not online today, is he? He's probably busier than heck. Okay, minutes. All the minutes okay there, Miss Connie Kepler?
They certainly are.
So you'll move them as,
I will move the minutes as presented.
all in favor? Carried that one. Now we'll go to reports. First of all, we have our fieldman.
Okay. So I was invited to participate in a cross-ministry invasive species tour on September the 11th. It was in the Medicine Hat area. We toured the sand dunes near Pekauki Lake in the county of 40 Mile. There's baby's breath like crazy down there. It's rapidly encroaching on sensitive areas where threatened species are currently growing. And though the two that we saw were the western spiderwort and smooth goosefoot, so that was really kind of cool to see those actually. Next on the tour, we stopped at the gravel pits just east here and looked and talked about the diffuse knapweed that is widespread, and it of course is potentially being spread throughout the county, right, on gravel roads and wherever some of that gravel is being used. So there's also a few plants of spotted knapweed there, and we're kind of wondering about the potential of a hybrid there as well. So between the diffuse and the spotted. There's a few other locations in the county too that we're kind of wondering if we've got a hybrid. So we had sent a sample with one of the gals that was on the tour. She actually, I've forgotten her title. Do I have that in here? Oh yeah, the Alberta Chief Provincial Plant Health Officer. So she works at the provincial lab in Edmonton. So we sent a sample with her for DNA barcode testing or whatever, and I just got results the other day and they were unable to determine if it was a hybrid or not. So maybe we'll try again in, next year or something, and from a different location. Maybe it would be different for them testing different plants.
I have a question for you, Lisa. So with that baby's breath in County of 40 Mile, did you guys have any discussion on a plan of attack on trying to control it at all, or?
Yeah, they had different strategies, but because of the location, like you can't spray a whole bunch of it without getting these threatened species. But parts of it, the County of 40 Mile staff did, I think they sprayed 300 plants, so I don't know, I guess they keep track of every time they spot spray. But it's so vast, like it's crazy, like the amount of money that you would spend on that, and then it's on private land, so not everybody wants to take the initiative just to do it on their own. So the father on one parcel is not interested in learning about it, controlling or anything like that, but they're hopeful that the son who will take over will be. There's a cemetery right there, and they believe that's where the problem started. And yeah, the sand dunes are right there, so it's.
I think probably too that lake is kind of a tough lake to deal with because it's always moving in and out, as far as one year it might be full of water or partially full of water and the baby's breath is covered up, where, the next year there's more of a drought and now it's exposed again more. So yeah, it's probably a kind of a tough situation to handle.
Yeah, and they have been like getting volunteers and things like that to come and help dig and, they break shovels like we do and things like that. So yeah, they're working at it. They're attempting to get rid of them, but yeah. So finally, we visited a site of Phragmites that's within city limits, and then we went to Police Point Park and looked at the flowering rush and curly leaf pondweed locations that are actually in the river. So it was a good day. It was really good. There was, no. We didn't go in the river. But yeah, so it was mainly Alberta agriculture staff, but there was, I get these mixed up, parks and forestry and environmental protection, protected areas, like all those, there's several different ministries there. There was supposed to be Alberta Transportation. I was kind of looking forward to talking with them and stuff, but they didn't come, so it was a good day. I'm glad I went. So pest surveys, we completed the grasshopper survey. There's about 109 locations that we stop at for that. One field was tested for bacterial ring rot in potatoes, and there was 12 wheat fields that we sampled. We have yet to do 4 canola fields for club root. The harvest is just not quite finished yet with that, so once we get those fields combined, then we'll do those. And the Dutch elm disease beetle traps will come down the first or second week of October, and there's 7 of those. So spraying, before the summer crew left, they were working at Leafy Spurge, Downey Brome, all the county property that's got bare ground. New road construction was done earlier in the spring and knapweeds in the gravel pits. So we spent a lot of time doing that, and we actually did a bit of a trial on a small parcel that we own just east of here as well. So we tried 5 different herbicides on that piece, and we'll see if we can see any results next year, I guess, when it's growing again. So yeah, when we saw that, well, of course we've known that for a long time, that there is a little parcel that is ours, then we thought, oh yeah, it was something worth trying. So what else? Roadside spraying for Canada thistle began in August, and it's the Jenner, Bow Island, Redcliffe, 7 Persons, and Black and White areas that are targeted this year. The summer staff were pretty well done by the end of August, so we had a really, really great group of seasonals this year. So it seemed productive, other than the fact that we had trouble with wind and rain this year. So, they spent a lot of time digging baby's breath and that sort of thing too. But training and events, so there's been a lot of time with planning the South Region ASB conference that's coming up. It's on October the 8th, of course, in Eagle's Nest Ranch. Where's the rest of my report? And then there will be EFP Fall Tech Training again, as usual, in Leduc on October 21st, the 23rd, so I'll be headed up for that. And what is it? On Thursday, is it Thursday? We have a South Region AAAF meeting in Lomond that we're going to be attending to, so and that's coming up. Environmental farm plans, so there's now been 7 approved since our last meeting in June, so that's now a total of 26 for 2025, and there's just such a high uptake because of AgriInvest and AgriStability, so that's the majority of why people are interested in doing those, or maybe not interested but feel like they need to. And for the egg plastic recycling, we've had 62 grain bags sent for recycling and about 44 bags of twine as well. So that's been very good this spring. And what else? I could run this by you too. So I've been thinking for the last year or so that we should maybe have pre-planned, pre-scheduled ASB meetings. And then I was actually asked about it a couple days ago. So just with historic months that we've typically had our meetings, it would tend to be February and March and June, and then September, October, November and December, I guess. Things have kind of shifted. Often we would have December meetings just to get together kind of for Christmas and have a few business items on there. But that one's almost kind of like we need it now because the farm family date keeps getting bumped back, I guess, or pushed up, I guess. So that those nominations go out earlier, it seems, every year because the Calgary Stampede wants them in so early in January. And if we don't have a January meeting because of our ASB provincial conference, then we should have one in December, I guess, kind of thing. So we could have, like, in our business plan, we've normally shot for 6 meetings a year, but if we have 7, that's okay too. And it's not set in stone. I mean, it's a good idea to have it. We've always got our 3rd Tuesday available anyway for each month for Egg Service Board. No, 3rd? 4th. The 4th Tuesday. So it would just be to kind of get the months down, and it's, yeah, typically been those ones. So February, March, July, September, October, November, and December. So if that seems reasonable, then that's what I'll kind of work towards getting put out, like on the website and things like that.
Instead of the 4th Tuesday, just what would be better, the 2nd Tuesday, because in October, the last 4th Tuesday, that's when a lot of weaning and everything's going on at the end of October. So that's sort of a, a really busy time for some of us that,
Yeah, I agree.
but could move it to the,
So the 2nd Tuesday would be MPC, so that
oh, okay.
Tuesday is usually booked up, but we were kind of considering if we had an early November meeting, so we could combine October and November meetings into one maybe. It wouldn't be a Tuesday then, we would have to choose some other random day. But then we're not always sure when RMA is and stuff either, right? Normally that's early, but it seems to be a bit later this year, so I'm not sure.
17th,
17, yeah.
down November 17th.
So something I even just to think about, but
Yeah, well, I guess it'd be something that we'd have to. I know to set it in stone is
it's tricky. But
tougher because, but that's, like, I know the end of October is a tough one,
yeah,
because that's, a lot of cattle are, pastures are empty now, cows are coming home,
yeah,
calves are being weaned, sales, that's, you got that, from mid-October to the 2nd week in November
so
is a very busy time.
in October, we wanted to keep, but we wouldn't have to because of the scholarships. Their date is September 30th, so, but I mean, we could do that in November as well.
But
I mean, it's later for them to get their money then, right? But yeah.
to me. It's busy every day, it seems like, so.
Well, no, I mean, it's just, I mean, mid-October is good. It's just, you know, instead of the third Tuesday, I mean, we could pick the third Thursday or something,
Yeah, I'll make a note of mid-October. And
you know,
then-
mid-October, just to get away from that bottom end of October.
Yeah,
And the rest is good. You know, a guy can make work, but it's just that bottom end of October is,
and that's the exact same reason why the South Region ASB conference is kind of hit and miss too, and that's why we chose to have ours early, you know, for the same reason, and,
yeah, like last year when they had it, look how busy everybody was and we couldn't make it.
yeah.
I was weaning
And then it would be, so mid-October could be like elections then, or org meeting and things like that, so, but, yeah, okay.
okay.
Okay, so I can, maybe a Thursday? Okay, I'll look into that a bit and then
Okay,
figure that out. Okay, so I think that's everything I had for my report. Is there any questions?
yes, Connie?
I just have a comment about the EFPs. Like, when I first started on the Ag Service Board, there was like one done a year. So good on you guys for, you know, getting the training and learning all that.
Yeah, well, and I think my first year I started, I did, or the second, there was 12 or something. It was a lot. And then same thing, like 2 or 3 a year. And then now, you know, it's crazy because of AgriStability and AgriInvest, how they're accepting the EFP as a way to apply for those programs. So, yeah.
Yep.
That's good to see.
And then, like, we've got Kennedy as a tech and training as well, so, she's working towards that as backup too, so that's good.
Because it's gonna get more and more.
Yeah, and there's more commodity groups that are requiring these to even sell, you know, their potatoes or whatever, so it's just becoming more of the norm now that people have to have these, so. Okay, thank you. 20 years ago? You might have to update it. Okay.
Okay. Technician, what? The technician report.
Okay, so the, for rental equipment, the seed drills have been out, I think 6 times now since the beginning of July, since our last meeting. And then the pipeline plow, we've had a couple issues with it. One of the welds broke on the arms to lift up pipe when somebody was trying to lift it up. So we got that fixed, and then he went to take it out again, and one of the wheels on the duals was coming off, and they're held together with ready rod and a little drum in the middle. So fleet didn't, like, it wasn't proper, so we've changed it. We've got a single implement tire on there now, so we should be good to go for that. And then for roadside spraying, as Lisa kind of mentioned, 7 persons in Bow Island are finished. Black and White and Red Cliff maps are about 70% done. And then we just started Jenner on the 15th of September. Any questions?
Go ahead, Connie.
How you guys making out with the drone?
Pretty good. That's Kennedy's thing a little more than mine, so I'll let her talk
Okay.
on that.
Yeah, the drone worked really well in the summer for doing leafy spurge on the river, but then we got really busy, and then we ended up not using it as much as we wanted to. We just got busy with other things because can't put it up when it's super windy, and we don't want to put it up when it's rainy either. Braden and I actually just took it out about a week ago with a soil erosion concern. We took the drone out and had it up just south of Elkwater looking at some fields. So it's really handy to have around. So working well, we're excited to continue to use it.
Good.
other questions? Blaine moves the reports as presented. All in favor? Carried. The Milk River Watershed Council Canada sponsor. Shep.
So the ASB has the opportunity to sponsor the Milk River Shed Watershed Council Canada's appreciation forum is usually what it's for, and it happens to be their 20th anniversary also this year, so that's exciting for them. And we have donated 500 to this group for many years, so that's in the budget as well, so that's for your consideration. There's a flyer here as well that they put out for their forum too. It's on October the 8th, the same day as our South Region Conference.
Blaine,
I make the motion that we continue to sponsor the Milk River Watershed Council. I think it's a good program to stay involved in, and like you said, it's a 20th anniversary, so they've been there for a long time, and yeah. As it falls into our budget as well, so I will make that motion.
okay. All in favor? That is carried. Beef Pen Show sponsorship.
So the Mesnet Exhibition and Stampede has reached out with a 3-year sponsorship agreement again. So that's for $750 towards the team grooming competition at the Beef Pen Show. And this is going to be for 2025, 26, and 27. If you're in agreement with that, it's also in the budget. And then with that, like, we get mentions at the show, and like we put up a banner and things like that too, so.
So instead of doing this every year, they just want to do 3 years at a time? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's just, I think, to secure us for 3 years, right?
Okay.
That's right, each year, yeah.
And it's the 4-H.
Yeah, and it supports youth, so.
Yep,
Yeah.
supports the youth.
Which is also in our business plan too, that we support the youth, you know, getting into agriculture and maintaining that
He said
relationship.
he's making that motion too. Just let me get back to the motion. Hang on. That the ASB move to sponsor the Beef Pen Show 4-H team grooming competition with $750 for 2025, 26, and 27, as per the attached agreement. All in favor? That one is carried.
Thank you.
Ag Connections sponsorship now.
So this is another opportunity for the ASB to support the 2025 Cypress County Ag Connections Conference again. It's going to be on October the 13th. And as in the past, we have donated $1,000 towards that. And then we have occupied a trade show booth as well. So if you're in agreement with that, there is $1,000 in the budget for that as well. And there's a sponsorship package attached as well.
I'll make that motion that we sponsor the Ag Connections. I think it's been a huge success the last couple of years and been great turnout. And, you know, I think it also, you know, we help support it. It's our ag division here at the county, so I think it's a great thing to be involved in.
Oh, Jesus.
So with that too, we were thinking if, you know, this is carried, I guess, at our booth, we would have a draw for county residents because we would have our soil, what is it called? The soil conference, the soil grazing and, I don't know, I can't remember the proper name of it now. But it's that time, that one that we're gonna send a producer to, like we pay the registration only for that, so maybe we could have a draw at that time
Is that the one in June?
in December, I think it is, in Edmonton.
Oh, it's a course, not a, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I think it's a 2 or 3 day event up there, that's the Grazing and Soil Management Conference, I think of the proper name for it. Anyway, that's kind of beside the point, but.
That, I think we should have two draws, and then one for everybody for, you know, a Cypress County capper shirt. You know, both, you know, just a giveaway, I mean, for non-residents,
Yeah, we would, yeah, I would.
you know, a
think
general one, and then this one is just for county residents that would like to attend
Right,
soil.
yeah,
Because otherwise people, if you put something else, they stop, they put their name down and they look.
yeah,
It's just a soil thing, they can just, they'll walk by. But the trick is to get them to stop. You'll have your pamphlets there on weeds and the other stuff we do and what we rent, and, you know, that way people are stopping at your booth.
yeah. Yeah, well, that's something like that, like, yeah, county swag, and I don't know, we could probably think up of something else kind of cool to put in there, but,
If you want everybody to stop, say, put
Yeah.
down their free taxes for a year. Line up, fighting, oh.
You might be onto something, Shane.
Okay. Blaine's making that motion, and I guess we don't have to have a make a motion for the gifts, you know, the,
no, I don't think so.
up to you, we just threw out some ideas.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay? All in favor? Carried. You know, this could be our last meeting, you know, buddy. My guy's out there lying. Alrighty. He's caught my neighbor. Okay. South Region ASB Conference update.
Okay, so this is just kind of information for you, just kind of updating on the South Region Conference that we're hosting. So again, it's going to be October the 8th, in case you're not aware, at Eagles Nest Ranch. And so the setup will be on October the 7th. We'll go down, we're going to rent a screen and projector and things from Al's Audio. So we'll have that set up, of course, ahead of time. And Councillor Shane Hawk has agreed to be the MC for the day as ASB chairman. We're working on notes for the MC and that sort of thing to be able to get in. There's a copy there for you too, just a draft. And there's going to be for sure 2 resolutions coming forward and possibly a third one. The third one would be emergent, so we won't see that until day of conference. So we'll see if that comes or not. Swag bags we're going to have, and we're going to have man licorice from Deerview Meats. There's going to be a little sample of compost and a sample of soil from 2 of the speakers. We've got, well, we're going to have donation envelopes and postcards or whatever Prairie Gleaners will supply. And I've got postcards for the Ag Connections Conference from Beth, and then attached to that, there's a $20 off coupon. So, you know, maybe we can draw people from other municipalities. And then we're expecting some pens that we ordered from, like for ASB to put in there. We're gonna have speaker gifts, so it'll be tumblers with 2025 South Region Ag Service Board Conference engraved in that. Lunch is gonna be premium sausage on a bun. And Yeah, so I guess one thing we've been kind of discussing a bit is speaker fees. I don't know for sure, like they're getting a gift and they're getting free advertising, right, by being there. So we're just not sure if we should offer a speaker fee or not. There's one lady coming from Edmonton who isn't just private, like she doesn't work for anybody, she doesn't have her business, she's gonna just be there talking. So we just kind of felt like we should offer her gas money or something. But just kind of getting your thoughts on that, like, do we offer something to everybody? Everybody else is local and, working for themselves or a business, or I don't know, just kind of wondering.
It's probably hard to, through the chair, it's probably hard to, if you offer somebody something without offering everybody something, I don't think you can say, well, you're coming from Edmonton, so we'll help you out, and this other person's maybe 100 kilometers away, but you're not going to give them anything. So it's, in my opinion, you either have to do them all or none. I guess my question is, have you had any comments or any feedback that, they're be looking for maybe some compensation, or?
Nobody has said anything, so I was kind of waiting for that too, because some people will, right? They just throw out there, what.
I mean, just another comment on my part, like I've judged lots of shows all over the place, and I mean, I've been offered mileage, and I've been and been given tokens like your tumbler, like you said. And me, I never worried about it. I mean, if it was available, so be it. And if it wasn't, you were trying to help do a service. So I personally don't think that we really probably need to. That's my opinion.
Okay.
I'm going to ask everybody's opinion. Keith? Your opinion.
I kind of agree with Shane. I mean, most people are local, and if you are asked, it's kind of an honor to be asked to participate in a conference. You do get the free advertising. You get to talk about whatever it is you're involved in, and sometimes you just got to do that on your own. You're furthering your own cause by doing it, and you're meeting new people, and there's always advantages to that. And I guess if I deemed it was important enough to drive from Edmonton because I believe in my product, then I wouldn't think twice about it. I mean, we do a lot of things in the normal course of life that we just do it, and it's just part of what we do. And whether we get compensated or not, we just do it, and because there's a prize down the road, so to speak. So that's the way I feel.
Connie?
Well, I guess if it's a nonprofit, it would be nice to contribute to their cause. Prairie Gleaners, like a donation there wouldn't hurt.
But when you do one, you should do all. You shouldn't
This
just
is a
pick.
nonprofit. So they're not promoting a business where they make money. This is all free labor. There is probably 20 people who work there free. And the food is all donated, and I'm just suggesting that it might be a nice donation to them.
But in the swag bag, you're going to have a little thing there for a donation if you want to do it, right?
That's right.
So it's not,
Right, okay, that's fair point.
okay?
Yeah, fair point. And just another, just asking your guys' permission, would you guys be offended if I put a copy of Dirt to Dinner on each table, and I want whoever sits at that table to take it and donate it to a school in their county? Would you guys be fine with that?
Yeah.
So, I wrote this book, Dirt to Dinner, 5 years ago, and the county bought 2 copies for each school in the county and in the city of Medicine Hat. They donated it for free. And now I'd like to kind of spread that to the rest of the counties, just getting more of the books out there. So it's not a cost to the county, it's just pick the book up and take it to a school and donate it. When I do presentations, I generally leave a copy of the book there.
So a $500 donation wouldn't be out of place then from you?
A $500 donation?
Yeah,
For what?
to our society.
To your society?
Yeah.
I already donate 1,000 pounds of food to the prairie cleaners that I dig out by hand. So nobody's got a problem with me leaving a book on a table? Okay.
Yeah. As
Okay.
long as you don't autograph it.
Oh, man. When's this election?
Coming up quick. This could be my last one, so.
I'll probably miss you then.
So,
So in conclusion, we're not gonna, okay.
So no honorarium, we're not gonna offer that. Kate, perfect, thank you.
Like I said, I have a final comment with it, and most people would probably ask you when you phoned them to sign them up, is there any compensation? And if nobody has, I think we don't really need to worry about it. And like Keith said, I mean, that's part of the thing that everybody does, so, yeah.
Thank you, Kate.
yeah, they get, a free meal and get to read Connie's book.
Well, I guess the other thing, it depends on how much you volunteer in your, like, I go to, 10, 20 schools, and I've never been paid there. They used to pay mileage, and now we don't get that. But, it is kind of nice to get kind of your expenses covered. Just the expenses. Just putting that out there.
Okay.
No?
Yeah. No, I think,
Just leave it? Okay.
yeah. Somebody making that motion?
Do you need a motion?
Do we need a motion?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Didn't need a motion, it was just a thought process.
Okay, no
Yeah,
motion.
no motion, okay.
Just need somebody to move the South Region ASB conference update for information.
To talk about though.
Just, it might have been mentioned before the meeting, there's gonna be elections there this year at the South Region Conference too, like for the South Region rep. So if anybody is interested in that, just it's something to consider, I guess, is all, so.
I'll make a comment too. Like we were talked about earlier, that because our conference is ahead of the election this year, it makes it a bit difficult for any of us to actually throw our name in the hat when we don't know if we're coming back with the hat. So, other than Keith, who's looks like he's already elected, it's up to him if he's thinking about whether he'd want to do it or not. But yeah, for as far as myself, I sure not gonna volunteer it when I might have to pull out or whatever, so.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I just wanted to make you aware that it's,
In 2 years, if we're reelected in 2 years,
yeah.
I was just gonna say, hopefully I do get elected, and I would love to have that opportunity to sit on the board.
And then there's more of a commitment, because then you're on the provincial committee too, right? So it's more than just being on the Ag Service Board, then it's, yeah, so, anyway, I just wanted that out there, so, thank you. I kind of think that's everything, I guess, for the South Region.
I just have a note, and
Okay.
somebody already heard it, but Mike and I drove out to Eagle Nest just to go for a drive, and got back home, looked at my phone bill, and I had a roaming charge. So when you're there, turn your phone to airplane mode, and it might be a good idea to kind of mention that. Shane, maybe you want to mention that in your notes?
nope, everybody can find out on their own, like I do.
By the time Shane talks, they're already gonna be they're already going to be charged, so
get-
we'd have to send out an email or something.
Yeah.
Get my jokes all in line.
Why does a pumpkin sit on a porch?
What?
Because it's got no arms.
Here we go. She was up at the South Region Conference in Newell last year telling jokes. Wasn't it? Was it there?
Yeah, because I was kind of put in that position because Shane wasn't there.
That's right.
Why was there only one Yogi Bear made?
Why?
Because the second one turned into a boo-boo. Everybody's laughing. All right.
Okay, what else? Yeah, so, 1, 2, 3. So David Carter, he's a speaker. He's going to have 3 books as door prizes for us, too. He's written many over the years. And we're going to have 2 sets of tickets to Ag Connections Conference again. We've given those away at the
Okay.
last 2. Yeah, so we're probably going to have 3, I don't know, 6 door prizes or something like that, so we'll get that all sorted out, but
Okay.
I kind of put those in your notes too, just so we remember to give them away and stuff before everybody leaves, so that'll get adjusted though, but anyway, okay, I think that's kind of everything I have as an update for that conference.
Looks like a very good agenda.
Well, I'm kind of excited to,
Yeah.
yeah, be there and hear it, so I hope everybody likes it. Okay,
So-
any questions or anything to come from that? Am I missing anything? Do we need to?
This is Val Trainer. Who is that?
Yeah, so she's a gal, she grew up on 1-4. Her parents worked there, and so she was born there, and I think, left in grade 4 or something like that. And just random, we tracked her down, and she's coming from Edmonton to talk about it. Just stories from her childhood kind of thing, because at the time she didn't realize that she was living in a duplex beside a doctor, who was doing research or, things there. So it's just gonna be stories that she recalls from living there as a child. So I'm looking forward to that one, but.
Okay.
Okay. Nothing else?
That's it. We'll move,
Is there-
now we'll need somebody to move the South Region ASB conference update for information as presented. Keith? All in favor? Carried. Items for information.
Oh, no, sorry, we
Oh, yeah,
had that
sorry.
addition.
5.5. Keith, Vet Tech.
Yeah, so Arnold Dirksen brought this up at our PEP meeting. And he said, we all talk about the shortage of vets in southern Alberta, but nobody seems to be doing a whole lot about it. So they came up with the idea that they would like to put together about $50,000 for a bursary. And that would go to sponsor some young people to go through the training. And so we talked about the idea of them coming back to the community as part of the condition of this. So I phoned Arnold yesterday to get some more information. Initially, he'd been talking to the university about this, but we lose all control of who gets the money and where it goes. So he was thinking Southeastern Alberta Foundation keeps the money more local, a little more control over it. We can retarget it in later years if the vet thing kind of stabilizes out. Any donations made to that are, because that's charitable status, anybody can donate and get a receipt for it. And it would, it's open to individuals. He's talked to Packer and Brooks, Bow Valley Vet Clinic, different, the auction marts. Anybody can, is affected by this, would be able to donate. And, the idea is probably in a year or two to raise this money. There's nothing set up yet. It's just an introduction of the idea. And just wondering if, down the road, if we wanted to, as a service board, kick in a little bit of money toward it for a couple of years to get this thing going. And, he said just bring it up, talk about it, and have some discussion and get it on the books and see where we go from here. So, questions?
Yipper. Since you're reacclaimed, I think that's something that should be not through the service board, because we don't have that big of a budget. It should go to the county.
To the council?
Yeah, to council.
Okay, no
Bring it
problem.
up to council. One thing though, the university has done stuff.
Yeah,
Don't say they haven't, because
No,
they opened up more room, more spaces
yeah.
for big animal vets.
Did I say they didn't do anything?
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way. No, I'm not saying, I'm
they
not
have-
slamming the university here.
They've opened up more room,
Yeah.
spaces and that. I think it's a great idea, for people, for somebody in our area, to take an opportunity of that. And then as a requirement would have to, once completion would have to spend X amount of time in that county or area. It's a little more tougher because when you're donating to a southeastern, you're putting money in, so Brooks may get the vet, we won't. But we may and they may not. It's something that'd be good to sit down with Arnold and figure, to get all these details and just, I think it's a good idea to start looking at it. But I think it should be through the Cypress County, because they have a better budget than we do. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I agree to a certain extent, but I don't know. I think if it's something that we as the ASB know, whether we get in line with the rest of the other counties, Newell and 40 Mile and whatever, and because who's going to create this bursary? Somebody has to create it, right? And that's kind of what you're looking for. So it might be something that has to be put together as a joint, ASB committee type thing to come up with the bursary. And then as far as, I think it's an ag service board, be no different than a scholarship type scenario. So that's where we would, once, in my opinion, if the ASBs would come up with the actual bursary or the idea, we would take it back to the council to ask for extra money, in our budget for the bursary. But I think, first of all, the bursary has to be established before we even, it has to grow legs before we even, can do anything. So, like you say, more discussion with Arno and maybe, their ASB board and another, get involved with the southern boards. Maybe it's something that can go on an agenda for a conference too or something. I don't know where you'd start it, but.
Yeah, that's something that, I guess if we, talk more with Arnold, then we got to put it on next year's agenda to get everybody talk about it. But this is what, it'd look like. See, right now it's hard to put it on because it's just a lot of talk. But by this time next year, next conference down in 40 Mile, we'd have more detailed, more information of concrete stuff, how it's going to work, how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So we could present it to the rest of the Ag Service Board committees
Yeah,
forward to the,
like in talking to Arno, he did say we would probably have to come up with a committee.
yeah,
I had that in my notes, I just didn't get, so it's, you know, we're gonna have to, it's gonna be up to committee to spearhead it and put it together
Yeah.
and kind of set it all up so that it works, and then we'll, go from there.
because it is a crucial thing. Of the lack of big animal vets, not
Just vets.
just vets. 'Cause the big money is in pets. And big animals take a lot more work. That's why there's fewer and fewer of them wanting to do it. So to try to encourage somebody to stay in it is beneficial.
I feel like I've seen something about this on Facebook recently. I don't know if it's the exact same thing, but it was a bursary for vets or vet techs or something. And I don't know where, I don't know. But it's something we could possibly bring up at the chairman's meeting at the conference, just to throw it out there as information. So, yeah.
Get the ball rolling.
Yep. File that for information. Okay, now,
No, being on the
Keith.
agenda, I guess. Keith will move it.
all in favor? Then we look more into it and research it more and I do have one question that I just thought of just right now when I was going through this. Items of information. We haven't heard any more about the wild boar in the South Country.
Nope, not a word. Nothing.
I've been looking around too when I'm down there, when I'm looking for my stray heifer, I've been looking. Last I seen is 2 miles into Badlands heading east. Fucking wild bitch. Black. She's still going. I haven't found her yesterday again.
Following the storm.
Yeah, so as far as items for information, it's just a lot of letters about, and disasters, basically. Yeah, kind of just all for your information, if you're interested in reading them. The final ASB report card is there, so it, at the very end, it just kind of shows, all the responses that we all gave as municipalities who actually participated in reviewing those, so it's kind of interesting. Yeah, what else is in here? ASB PC.
So just another thing I'll bring up to your attention when you're talking to other people, other Ag Service Board members in other counties. I know there was a big talk, about the damage of the gopher with doing it in other counties. I really don't know what happened to mine, but they're gone. I mean, last year I could have sat on my side-by-side, parked it, and just shot. This year, I gotta drive around and around and around to find one.
They all
I don't even,
to foothills.
I don't even have to shoot it,
Totally.
because the coyotes need something to eat, catch. But I mean, I don't know if it was, if they caught a disease, or winter, when we had that thaw, and then it iced over, that filled their holes and iced up and killed some of them, but out at my place, and I had a lot of gophers last year, is down at least 90% from the year before, for the last few years. Like so I mean, I'm just saying Mother Nature at times does take care of herself.
For sure. And they do often, get a disease that wipes them out, periodically. So I don't know if that's what happened. I don't think we had any calls here about gophers or looking for poisons or anything this year either. So maybe in general, the populations are down in the county.
Your place too, you said.
Yeah, same, out my way too, yeah, there's very non-existent, like you might see one every 5th day, maybe if you're lucky.
You, Keith? You're-
They're definitely down. You know, they're not gone because the badgers are hanging around, but the gophers are definitely down, so I think maybe, the badgers are having a tough time finding because they're digging a pile of holes.
Yep, that's the same as my place. They're really searching for them.
I kind of have to agree with with Mother Nature. I mean, since we got rid of the what do you call it? Strychnine? We've seen probably a definite insurgence of coyotes, who is a big is a big, what do you call it? For the predator of the
Predator
gopher.
gopher.
Same with hawks. Lots more hawks around in the country too, and I think that's helped a lot to control it, and whether it was a disease to the gophers or whatever, but I mean, I think Mother Nature is taking care of itself.
So I have a comment.
Yes.
So we got rat on rats, we got squeal on pigs. How about muscle out the muscles?
Well, we can suggest it to Megan at Alberta Invasive Species Council and see if she wants to run with it.
That's all right.
Don't they've got new branding for different and all kinds of programs and stuff now, so it's kind of cool what they're coming out with.
Holy God, I bet you that took you a whole month.
Actually, I just thought about it right here at this moment.
Really?
Right now.
Yeah, didn't you see the light?
That's what it was. I saw smoke. There's a flare up.
Okay.
Any other discussion on the items of information? No? Okay. We don't have to, no motion there, so. I guess we'll adjourn the meeting and see everybody up at the Hills on October 8th.
Yep, sounds good. Okay.
Meeting adjourned.